Okay, in this video I'm going to get you started on Mill Lesson 1. I've got it pulled up here on the right hand side of my screen, and you can see it's a very simple shape. This is something that you probably learned when you took 1405 in AutoCAD, how to draw something this simple. And we're going to apply those techniques to MasterCAM, and things are going to be in a little different location than they were in AutoCAD, but I'm going to help you out, help you find those. And once we get this geometry sketched, we'll be able to start moving on to some of the toolpaths. But this video is going to focus on the geometry creation. Okay, so the first thing I do when I look at something like this is I just look at my overall size. And the overall size for this is 5 inches by 8 inches long. So move that over. To start in MasterCAM, we have a Home tab that has some of our basic paste, cut, copy. It's got our attributes for our lines, our colors, and those types of things. Our layer and our levels, how to delete entities. These analyze buttons are useful for whenever you have something on the screen, you can look at the parameters of the piece of geometry. It's more of a general information tool, and it's under the Home tab. Wireframe is the tab that's going to have most of your drawing tools. And we're going to work heavily in this Lines tool and the Arcs tool. These have all of your basic line parallel, line perpendicular, circle, tangent, arcs, arc 3 points, and whatnot. So rather than going through each one individually, which I'll be talking about in class, let's just go ahead and get started. Since our shape is 5 by 8, I'm going to come over here to Rectangle, and I'm going to select the down arrow. Rectangle gives us just a basic width and a height, and we can choose to anchor to center if we so desire. Rectangular shapes gives us a little bit more options. We have different types of rectangles we can create, as well as different areas that we can select for the origin. So on this part, I'm going to create the center point right in the middle, like that. And I'm just going to select my center point in MasterCAM, and I'm just going to rough this out. And I'm looking down here at the left-hand side, watching my dimensions. And I'm just getting close. It doesn't have to be exact. And then I simply punch in my numbers. So this is 8 by 5. And then I select OK. And that is my rough shape for the part that I'm trying to draw. Okay, so I've got 5 by 8. And then in MasterCAM, the way that I usually draw is kind of from back when I first learned AutoCAD. I'll use offset lines to lay out sketch lines to help draw the geometry. The book tutorial walks you through how to do coordinate entry for each one of these points, which you're welcome to do. If you choose to do so, that would be just fine with me if you like coordinate entry. And some folks are extremely fast with that and could have this drawn much quicker than I can, but I typically like to use offset tools. So I'll show you how I would do it. I would come up here to this modify tool, and I would use offset, and you simply grab the line, and then it says here, just walking us through it, it says indicate the offset direction. So I'm going to select that location. I'll type in my distance, and this blue button is going to apply that. So I've offset that 1.5, and then according to our drawing, we would have another 1.5, just like that. And from the bottom, we would offset 2.5. Apply that one, and then one at 3 inches. Okay, and then I can simply connect my lines. And you can trim this up. Now to trim, I like to use the divide tool. Right here, it's under modify. And the divide tool acts just like your trim tools would in Inventor or SolidWorks. When you hover over the line, it will turn into a dashed line up to the point that it's going to clean it up to. So as you can see there, I can simply get rid of all these extra lines. And I'm going to select that part. And I'm going to go up here to mirror. And you can see we have different choices for the axis in which we're going to mirror. I'm going to select my y-axis, and it's under copy, and select OK. Alright, and then I simply connect the lines in between and trim the portion that I don't want above. Now you'll notice that this is red and this is purple and green. It kind of, we're starting to get a rainbow color going here. Well, that's typical of MasterCAM, and you simply right click and select this button right here called Clear Colors, and your colors will be regenerated. Alright, that is a quick tutorial on how to draw a basic bit of geometry like we would see in Lesson 1.